What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better? I like to ask what people's favorite food is. Even as a complete non sequitur, it's a good conversation starter. Everyone has a favorite food, it's innocent but very personal, and there's usually a story or insight into their background/culture behind it. I would not be able to pick just one thing. Though, honestly, that probably makes it a more interesting discussion. I had an employee who was an oddball of the first order, just coasting along enjoying what I can only describe as a superlatively charmed existence. For instance, he was in his mid-20s, living in NYC, and had somehow avoided ever paying a nickel in rent. Like not once in his life. I personally witnessed him not only refuse to pay his landlord for 6 months, but also walk away with $3,000 compensation when the matter went to court. From there he ended up in a free pad provided by a real estate broker who hired him on the spot while he was looking for an apartment. Seriously. I've never seen anyone so consistently fall ass first into a basket of rose petals as this dude. But that's about the time I lost contact with him because he went full-time into real estate brokerage. Which was just as well, because he wasn't really a very good employee. He wasn't dangerously incompetent or anything, just kind of slow and lacking any sense of hustle. I kept him on just because he was so entertaining and had this ability to keep everyone else's morale up. We called him the Jam Burner because he would fixate on certain bands and play these really badass tunes, but play them so frequently that everyone would be completely burned out by the time his focus shifted. Anyway, he would go around asking these asinine questions of everyone, as though he was conducting a Heather's poll. What's your favorite animal? What's your second favorite animal? What's your favorite body of water? How would you describe it? Would you rather have a yacht or a sport car? Would you rather have an shoal on your elbow, or an elbow on your asshole? He had graduated college with a psychology degree, so I was aware that he was just probing us all, but I like to think I actually learned a lot about myself from his inquiries. I often think about him warmly. I hope you are doing well, Will, you mystifying, jam-burning leech. I'd borrow from David Sedaris and go with, when's the last time you saw a monkey? I was at a book signing with my wife and David Sedaris asked me, have you ever hit her out of anger? My reply was, no, not out of anger, which got a chuckle out of him and that's a good answer. Making David Sedaris laugh might be one of my prouder moments in life. One time the little girl I was babysitting just casually looked at me and asked, you see any turtles today? And I was like, no I haven't. Did you see any turtles today? And she said nope and went back to what she was doing. My husband and I still occasionally ask each other, you see any turtles today? Love it. My husband and I were on a camping trip in a remote unserviced campsite. Only 2 other sites occupied. We had Thule cargo carrier on our vehicle. This short, jacked, menacing-looking dude walked into our site, and with a great Austrian accent, think Arnie, says, how do you like your Thule? It was all he said. We still randomly ask each other this every now and then, and that was 13 years ago. I went to a music outing with this girl I recently started seeing, and her friend was ditched, so we said that he could join us. When trying to get to know each other better, he asked me what my favorite breakfast food was. We had a solid 15-minute conversation about French toast and different toppings and how an egg should be prepared depending on how you had spent your previous evening. Great icebreaker. Not a question, but more of an icebreaker game. It's called Make It or Break It. So basically, picture your perfect match. This person is personally perfect for you in every way possible. Like you would marry them on the spot. So they're perfect for you in every way except I name one thing about them that makes them not perfect for you, and you have to say whether that would be a deal breaker. Does it make it or break it? So here's a few examples. Make it or break it, they're perfect for you in every way except they always wear the color green. They will never not wear the color green. Different shades of green are fine, but every single piece of clothing they will ever wear for the rest of their lives will be at least 95% green. Even at like funerals. Make it or break it, they only eat pizza ever. Make it or break it, they will never drink. Make it or break it, for one day once a month, every month on the exact same day, they leave town for the whole day. But they never tell you where they're going or what they're doing, and they never will. If you ask them about it, they say, you just have to trust me. If you try to sneak and find out what they do every month, bam, relationship over, you're dead to them. Make it or break it, whatever they eat, they drown the whole thing in ketchup, and they always will. Even ice cream. They carry around a little travel ketchup bottle just in case they eat at a place without ketchup. They'll never change. Make it or break it, they hate animals. NSFW, make it or break it, they've sucked 500D*KS. Make it or break it, they want an open relationship. Make it or break it, whatever thing you're most passionate about, no matter how hard you practice at it, they will always naturally be better than you, bonus, and they don't really even care about the thing they're good at, it's just kinda meh to them. These are examples I've come up with collectively over time while playing with people. They can be serious or goofy scenarios and you can play with anyone. It's a super fun game that you can pull out anytime it starts to get awkward, and eventually you and the person are going back and forth coming up with new make it or break it scenarios. A nice bonus is that if you are flirting with someone, you can gauge what they're looking for in a relationship and sort of test your chemistry/compatibility.